Greetings and welcome, people of the internet. So, today I'm gonna do a follow-up tutorial of the UMG main menu tutorial I created a few months ago, which looks like this, with the name main menu with start, load level plus exit game buttons. So, if you don't know how to set up these buttons so they can open a level and take you somewhere else or quit the game, then I suggest go there and watch that tutorial first and then come back to this one. The only thing I want you to remember is that in that tutorial I created the main menu inside the level scene, while now I would like to recommend that you create your main menu in a scene of its own. Because it just keeps things more organized and clear-cut, so that's just my recommendation, you know. So if you'd like to watch that tutorial first, then click here or there, or just click the image that pops up now, and let's get on with it. So a few weeks ago I got a question by Carlos. Actually, it was two questions. The first question though was, apparently the remove from viewport is not working. The buttons remain on the screen during the game. And honestly, I haven't had that problem yet, at least, so I don't know how to fix that. But Daniel here had a great idea. He found that if you remove by parent, make sure you remove after the level load, don't begin play. So probably that will fix that problem. However, the main problem that Carlos is having is that when I click the play level in editor viewport, I can play the game without pressing the newly created level 1 button. And I have the same problem, so I had to find out how to fix this. So that's what this follow-up tutorial is all about. So this scene is, well, this main menu is created the same way as the last main menu. The only difference is that I only have 2 buttons here instead of 3, but they are set up the same. So now the problem that Carlos is talking about is that if you push outside, then you activate the player controller and you can walk around in your level and you won't be able to get back to the buttons. So what do you do? And what's even more hilarious is that if you go into the standalone game, then things will get even more messy. Oh my god. Because here you will see that you can't push the buttons at all. You just simply get control of the player and you just can't do anything about it. So, you know, this is just, that's just silly, man. Did I teach you that? Yes, I did, but you know, as long as I keep updating my videos, then we can all just learn increment by increment and become slightly more professional all the time. So first, as you can see, I've created this scene is simply meant for the main menu. So I've placed the player in a way that I want the player to see this on the main menu. So this will be my main menu. I will texture it and make sure it looks nice and whatever. So yeah, I'm talking too much. Yes, so now we want to prevent this from happening. So what we do is we enter our level blueprints, where we have this, where it kind of spawns the widget to the viewport, and we want to make sure that only the user interface is clickable. So you can right click and then push input mode, and here you see that you have 3 different modes. Set input mode game and user interface, which means you can both use the interface and the game, and I think that's what it's already set to automatically, and that's a problem. Maybe not, you know. And the second one is set input mode game only. So then if you create a user interface and you take this, then it will just be like decorations on the screen, and it will play the game as the player. And the third one is set input mode user interface only, and this is the one we're going to use now. So we're going to choose that and connect it to add to viewport, and then connect this to set, and we will connect target to the already existing get player controller, and in widget to focus we connect to the create main menu widget, and lock mouse to viewport. That's okay. So compile. Now we will be able to only push the buttons. So if we push outside, nothing will happen, but it gets stuck, you know, so you can't do anything. So at least you can't walk around, but you get stuck. But first, before fixing that, we can watch the standalone game and see what happens. Because this works. Now you can't do anything outside of the buttons. I think my mouse just kinda hung itself. No, here we go. So if you push anything else, nothing will happen, and you can still push the buttons. So I can take start game now, and I will start game, but it's stuck. But that's another problem. We will solve that in a second. First things first. First, we will make sure that it doesn't get stuck in the viewport. So then we open our main menu UMG. We have it here. And so the problem, well, you know, I guess there's another way to solve it, but this is a workaround that works for me. So the problem here is that when you push outside of the buttons, you trigger something, you know, and it just gets stuck. So what you can do to bypass that is to create another button. Take this button and drag it down to the canvas panel and fill the entire viewport like this. Now you can't see the button behind, so that's only the Z order in the details here, so simply just take -1 or something and it will go behind all the other elements. And then you will anchor it in the middle to make sure it stays in the middle no matter what the screen size is. And now we can just see what happens. So if I play now, it's here, and you know, you can click outside and won't get stuck, and that's good, but you won't see your scene. So if you could just create an image and put it on that button and it will be, you know, set. Just make sure the hover effect and the click effect stays the same color and you would be set. But I want this scene to be seen because that's how I designed it, so I need this button to be opaque. So in appearance then, I simply take -1 on all of these RGBA to make sure the button is see-through. Like that. Now we go back and check, and here we go. We can't see it, we can't push anything, we can't move, but we can push the buttons and everything is perfection. So let's check standalone game and make sure it works there too. And it does. You see the scene behind, and you see the cursor is locked to the viewport. Everything is perfect. Now if I take start game, I can't play. and that's because we have set the blueprint to only play use the user interface, and that of course counts for the entire game project. So what we need to do is go back into the main menu, and then in the graph we have to make sure that when the level is opened we activate the, let's see, input mode, then we activate game only. So when you have clicked the first main menu, then you simply go here and you do this, and you connect remove from viewport to set mode game only, connect this, and connect target to get player controller, then compile, save, and await the awesomeness. So now if we take standalone game, I like to use standalone game because then you really get a sense for how it will be in the finished game, you know, while in viewport it might be not what it is in the finished game. So we start the game, and behold, now we can move. Yes, we can move. And we can fly. I'm just kidding. So let us check it in the viewport as well. We can still not push anything else. Start game, and we can play the next level. So that's it. And don't worry about this, it's just I've created this a little bit weird, so yeah. Yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know, and we will be looking at in-game menus when that comes naturally. So until then, have a great day and enjoy your life. Take care.